So we're Steph and John, and welcome to Real Reno.
So this is the Real series where we take you through our own renovation project in real time.
Thanks, John.
Things are going to get pretty hectic pretty quickly.
Architect Steph and her husband Gian won the block last year with their signature Japandi style.
Into the house.
This is your third reno now, is it?
Yeah. I don't know, it's our third reno, but for me, I don't know, this is probably the most exciting one that we've done.
Why? Because we finally found the area that we like to live in.
Yeah, I think that's got a lot
we
to do
really
with
were
it.
going to move to Melbourne for like
That
a hot
knife
minute.
is very aggressive.
Oh my god. It's just a knife.
I don't know, I feel like I'm most excited about this one because just where we are in life at the moment, like we've found the area that we want to live in.
Yeah.
We've found such a good home with good bones. Like, I don't know, this was built 110 years ago.
One of the number one things that we thought this would be really beneficial for you guys to watch on and in live sort of time is that a lot of people are like, oh, but the block does this in a week, or the block does that. And I think this is like, John and I want to continue to work at block pace when renovating, but what we're doing is we're adding the real element to that. This next coming week, we're moving out. Hence why I'm trying to use the kitchen as much as possible.
Yeah.
We're moving out and we're actually just moving down the road. So that's going to be super handy, being able to come here.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's show you around before we start demolishing again. So the front looks a little tired. Sort of brick columns here, and then
Picket fence,
garden bed. This will be a better transition, not like that. And then 2 steps up into the house. Come in.
what she said.
Well, what you could probably tell straight away is we've got like these really ornate corbels and ornamentation, which we're definitely going to retain.
Yeah. So this is existing, as you can see, it's super high, and it's something that we love about the house and we want to reinstate throughout the rest of it.
Yes.
So this is currently our office, as you can tell. The reason why we went a little bit dark and fun with colour is because it can be different to the rest of the house.
Yeah.
And that is Lumi's lounge. So Lumi spends majority of the day here looking at fellow bypassers at the front. This is pretty cool as well.
Oh yeah.
So these are currently glass roof tiles, which we want to still retain the light that comes through,
Yes.
but through a skylight.
Yep. This room is probably the funniest room.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because it's our wardrobe. Obviously, you will be able to tell there's no other built-ins. So we just bought these racks, and this is where we have been.
This room feels
Small, but it's
like
not.
you're in like a warehouse sale 24/7 when you come and get changed, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. And then this is our room for now.
Yes. This is our master, or quasi-master bedroom.
With our bed head, this
Yes.
is our cloud. So here won't be that different apart from the fact that there will be a walk-in wardrobe and a bathroom.
Yeah. Also, designing smart makes it not as hard.
Well done, Johnny. He's learnt.
Shut up, mate. You just design it. You don't think about how to build it.
That's really funny. It's funny because all his knowledge comes from me. We should have done a plan like that, actually. I should have done my architect's plans, and now that you've seen them, you think that you would have designed it, but I wonder what you
I don't think I can comment on what I think about your plans when the camera's on.
What? What do you mean? Anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So, all right, this space here will have another walkway into a powder room for guests. So we're in the living room now. This will have an cathedral ceiling looking up to that attic space as well. 2 skylights, because you can notice it's quite a bit dark, hey? We obviously love the kitchen as is. Not much is changing here.
Not much. Nothing is changing here.
I love the pantry.
Now this, we think, is Reno number 3 that the previous owner did. And this is a whole new roof from here onwards.
Okay, what
Steph
else?
lives in a very clean area.
This is my study.
We have a study, but we don't use it. Steph doesn't want to use it.
No, you use it for your stuff.
It's a 2-meter desk. How can you not also use it?
I'm going to do my consults from next to you and you're going to be on call.
I would rather get out of there.
So these 2 bathrooms will be going. This room here will have a cathedral ceiling and it will mirror the other living. So there'll be 2 living rooms that are on either side of the kitchen. And then out to this space, there will be a deck, but not really a deck. We call it a deck, but it's going to be a balcony because it's going to be tiled.
Yes, Steph. It's going to be a balcony with tiles.
Yes. A balcony with tiles. And
this is going to be a pool.
okay.
There's
John's
going to be
in
a
the
pool
pool right
that
now.
comes all the way to here. And then this is all going to be grass. Obviously, you can see it's just like an old slab.
Careful, Lumi's poo.
An old slab. Not really usable. Why don't we go and look at the plans to show you guys what it's really going to feel like?
Okay, so bedroom, we're going to open up this sort of entryway a little bit into this other bedroom, which is
it's too
connected
small.
to the
Can you put it on the TV?
Yes, okay, that's a good idea. Let's move to the TV. Okay, so then we got the bedroom into the ensuite, or Jack and Jill, and into the other bedroom.
It's a bit better, but like, don't you reckon it'd be better if we could just have this to scale in life size?
Yeah, like what do you want to do? Jump in the plans?
Yeah. Well, that's more like it.
Look at this. What an amazing way to understand space.
So we're down here at Life Size Plans in Sydney, where the team here basically blow up your plans to scale. So we are now standing on our porch, which has been lowered, like Steph mentioned, with 2 steps up into our entry. So Lumi's lounge is being remade into the first bedroom.
Yes, this room can obviously fit a queen or a king or a double. This is where that fireplace was. So we're opening this door up and we're entering into this Jack and Jill bathroom.
Well, before that, the fireplace would have cut off literally this much of the room.
Yeah, like
so I think it helps seeing it to scale,
Yeah.
how much of that room we lose because of the fireplace. I guess with the second bedroom, I mean, what are we gonna do without our dressing room / hanging area? But I think it becomes much better used as a second bed.
Back into the hallway. Oh, this is that skylight atrium area where you look up and you can see this expansiveness of the attic space. And then we walk into the master.
So the master is becoming a little bit bigger.
Much bigger.
Exactly. What we're doing is we're actually expanding the floor space to have some more cabinetry, a little makeup area for Steph, joinery, and then it's also going to have its own master ensuite. I think that's the benefit of seeing the plans blown up to scale.
For sure.
Is, you know, you would otherwise just start construction, start paying costs on trades, and walk into a space and just be scared because you're like, oh my God, is this going to be big enough? So visualizing this has helped us make changes.
Yeah, like that's just a change that we like just got here and we're like, that probably needs to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Living
We're
room.
in the living room, which is predominantly staying the same as you know, this tree sort of courtyard space. And then we have that like tucked in powder room over here.
I think what we are doing in this courtyard is we're actually having steps down. So you're actually going to be able to go outside from the inside. Step down.
This kitchen that we all know too well and good.
Yes, this is where we'll prep. Steph was prepping lunch. This
Yes,
is
I
staying.
was.
This is all staying.
This is that new space.
I think this is probably the biggest part of the reno for us, and it's really going to transform, I think, the house a lot. Having a second sitting room, lounge room is pretty valuable.
Yeah, I think so.
When you have a family as well, you have 2 different breakout spaces. And I think right now, it was probably one of the key shortfalls of our house was where the bathrooms were positioned.
Yeah, seriously. So this is where the bathroom was. So to see this space now as a second living space, like John said, adds so much more value and another breakout zone. This is where we exit.
And
Could you
then
imagine?
this laundry space is also staying. So that's going to be the main challenge of this reno, is trying to maintain and keep clean the existing kitchen and laundry.
I guess. So I hope this was like super helpful for you guys, because it's been really helpful for us to be able to visualize the space even further and understand that the bathrooms and this sitting room extension has actually going to bring so much value, but it's yeah, it's a good size.
bit going on today. Obviously we've got the removalist here, moving all the big items, getting it ready for the reno, but what we're doing now is removing all the existing blinds, curtains, so that all the rooms are stripped bare, because things are going to get pretty hectic pretty quickly. So yeah, it'll be good for you to bring you on the ride.
Anyway, this is super exciting.
We'll see you in the next house.
Yes. So this is an all too familiar setting, but no, we are not doing MIVs, so like couch interviews or weekly updates.
No, definitely not. Before we embark on this reno, we've obviously taken you at the start of the journey.
Yes.
We are now going to answer some of the questions that we've seen in our inbox before we kick things off.
Yes.
Question 1, where did you guys move to?
So we are lucky enough to be renting just around the corner. So you are going to have a nice side office within walking distance to site.
Why did you guys stage the reno?
Yes, so lots of questions about why we
Yeah.
did the kitchen last year and why we are only now moving out. We were so exhausted post-block, which actually was all of our year last year. So we're just coming down from the whole thing. We traveled a bit and we needed to, do a little bit of design work. So we did the kitchen.
I think, like Steph said, we weren't ready to take on a reno as big as this, but
Yeah.
it also gave us a chance to live in the space, feel the
Yes.
space, and work out how we wanted the house to flow.
Absolutely. So now we've, put in 2 sets of plans, which I'll talk you through from an architectural perspective. And I think this could be relevant to your respective state.
Yeah.
But there is a CDC process and a DA process that will help guide and filters out how we have staged this reno. But that's something that you have to keep watching.
What are you guys demolishing?
Yes, we did allude to some version of demolition.
And we are starting next week, but we are going to be doing demo in a few stages to
Yes.
make it easy for access of trades. We're starting next week with the backyard because we are having a pool craned in a few weeks.
Are you going to make waterproof Wednesday?
I never want to hear those 2 words said together again.
Waterproof Wednesday is...
I don't even think we made one on the block,
We
so
never
I don't
even
know why
made-
we'd make one in this reno.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, we're never going to make Waterproof Wednesday again. But what we will be showing you guys is what a realistic version of renovating is like. So we are very fast-paced people. Yes, we literally moved out yesterday. Yes, the house looks like this because we are used to running on that pace. But no, Waterproof Wednesday is not achievable in normal time. So
What we are going to help you guys work out is how you can actually plan ahead for your reno, taking a few tips and tricks that we learned from the block, but applying them in real life where you can.
Yep, so instead of it being what it would be usually a month, let's make it in 2 weeks, not quite the 1 week of the show.
Yeah.
What are your best tips for living through a reno?
Living through a reno is a pretty complicated one, and that's pretty much one of the reasons why we are making this series.
Yeah, I think because on the show, you're obviously all tunnel visioned into just renovating, but now we are, having to have social lives.
Both
and
have full-time jobs,
both have full-time
friends,
jobs.
family.
There's a lot to navigate. So actually having a really good and consistent, tight construction plan is super key. So by the end of this, week by week, I guess you'll be able to understand how we have staged the whole thing out and then how you can implement that into your reno at home.
Last question. Design concepts.
Design concept.
Design concepts, yes.
Why don't we just show you?
There's been a few people asking about design concepts. And as you know, we are now doing these sort of mood boards and layers and textures. So I'll just create this little board and show you. So as you guys know, we've already designed the kitchen. So it's important to get those materials out onto the board. We've painted the wall in this color in the pantry. We've got this color for the cabinetry and a mixture of this timber. That's sort of emulating our timber flooring, and this is the tabletop. Hardware, other sort of details. So it's important about building in that palette. And what we've got so far is the soft furnishings from DIY, Home Pro. So now it's about, okay, what stone are we going to be using around the pool area? What other tiles that we're thinking of implementing? So as we build this out, we will be taking you along that journey and helping you guys understand how to build your own board to create a cohesive home.
So thanks for watching episode 1. Be sure to subscribe and follow on for more of this series.